back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball in this Pittsburgh Steelers playbook, and the formation we're going to be looking at today is gun 4 wide receivers, trips strong. So a lot going on right there, but obviously you do the trips to the right side of the field with the running back off to your left. Super solid formation, and I really like this Pittsburgh book as an underrated book. Obviously we're going to get into this trip strong here. Also has gun cluster, tight doubles can even be a formation that's really powerful. Trips tight end, you see the gun doubles clamp stacked right there. Super solid formation as well, something we've covered on the channel. I think we did it out of New Orleans book, but very similar stuff out of this Pittsburgh book. So just a super solid playbook all around, but we are going to talk about this trip strong formation, and I just really like this one. So we're going to match on the other side of the ball, probably with nickel. Maybe we'll go with dime on this one since we are kind of a more spread out formation, and we'll see you guys right out on the field. So of course we are going to start the scheme by talking about the run game. Not a lot of run plays at your disposal. You do have a quick base with the guard pooling. I do believe there is also a halfback draw out of this as well, but I like the inside zone, no pooling guards. Zone runs are typically really good in Madden, and then we'll get into the pass plays as well. So not a whole lot of versatility in the run game, but still important, I think, to at least have it in your audibles, call it as your base play, whatever it is. Being able to get to it, just because whenever they present you with light boxes, like here we're facing dime, maybe you've been killing them in the pass game all with this formation and whatnot, so they're going to go into dime, they're going to go into these lighter looks, and we're going to go on ahead and we're going to run the ball at them, just because, like, I mean, that was a very a big example, a over-exaggerated example of that past one, but they give you these light boxes even right here. We do have 4 wide receivers on the field here, and like I said, with this look right here, we have 4 down linemen and kind of the Mike linebacker, and then sort of maybe the guy over Metcalf sort of playing in the slot. Really nice box for us. Wish Metcalf could have kind of got on the inside. Maybe I could have bounced to the outside of him, but you can just kind of play the numbers games with it, and I think it's just important to at least have the run game in your arsenal to at least get to if you want to be competitive. I mean, maybe you can really dot these guys up with the pass plays. We're going to get into 3 pass plays. You can obviously build upon that, but well, that was terrible sticks go right there. But a little bit better on the sticks with the run game, being able to pick up those chunks in early downs, first down, second down, and whatnot. So being able to have this inside zone really nice, and that's what I was trying to do maybe before, try to get to the outside of DK right there and pick up 4 or 5 yards. So super solid run game. I do like the inside zone. Like I said, there is some other stuff that you can get to as well. But let's go on ahead and get into these pass plays. Drive X post is going to be our first one here. And this is one I really like to leave stock. I like to, whenever I have offenses and whatnot in these videos, I like to keep it as few adjustments as humanly possible. Because whenever you get into these games, you're in an online game, I'm presuming, or even in your franchise modes, whatever you're using these schemes for, your quarterback is up there audibling back and forth for a year and a half if you're making more than one adjustment. So just being able to come up here, snap the ball, and we're going to be able to call the play, super nice. So there, the safety playing from depth, not going to be able, Thieneman not going to be able to take DK right there. Very nice. And you can just see what we're trying to do. Obviously, we're kind of turning this into like a mesh with Dowdle and Pittman kind of crossing each other short there, and then kind of creating a high-low with DK over the middle of the field. And then obviously you do the outside guys, Jeremy Bernard and Wilson over there on the big post and the streak respectively. But again, just trying to high-low over the middle of the field. I probably should have waited for my running back to get his head turned around. Maybe I could have hit the drag as well. But that's the idea there. Just putting a lot of stuff in the middle of the field here. It looks like they are going to blitz us. So maybe here against man coverage, we can kind of sit in the pocket. Heck of a job right there. And that man coverage, that was maybe zone man, doesn't really matter. That they do a really good job of playing leverage this year, especially if you play inside, play outside. I have experience that they are doing a great job right there. So that isn't quite as automatic. I don't even want to say it was automatic in past Maddens. But putting a post right there against man coverage, kind of has mixed results. So you definitely want to watch what's going on. You want to pay attention to leverage actually in this year's game. Like here, kind of turned him inside out. Maybe a little bit better ball from Aaron Rodgers right there. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to him, a little bit more on the body right there. But regardless, the middle of the field is what we're trying to work, and then the down the field routes are obviously kind of our last ditch effort right there. There they kind of give us a man look, able to go on ahead and hit Pittman on the drag. And then whenever you're mixing in these other plays that we're going to get into, try to make it as least predictable as humanly possible. But drive X post, super solid, trying to high-low the user over the middle of the field, make his life as hard as possible. He can't play at the line of scrimmage and play the in route from DK Metcalf at 10 or 11 yards or whatever that is. He can't be in both those spots at one time, so he's going to have to allocate some resources to play underneath or man up the drag, man up the running back, whatever the case is. Manually play the running back. And then hopefully that opens up stuff in other spots of the field is the idea certainly behind that. Real quick, I just want to remind you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are liking what you're seeing. Our goal on the channel here is to try to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at the end of August. We're just getting into the new Madden season, so maybe you've seen me before. Maybe I've popped up on your feed. Maybe you've watched a few videos. So go on ahead, hit that subscribe button for these videos every single day. Trying to work on some gameplays, trying to figure out exactly what we want to do in that department. We're pumping out these schemes every single day on the channel. So like I said, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, check out the channel. We have hundreds of videos from 4 or 5 Maddens now. But I don't want to take away from the video for too long here, so let's just send it right back to the scheme. So the next one we're going to get into is slot, fade, shot. And we're going to actually take out the slot fade part of that, and we're going to go on ahead and put him on a Michael Pittman. In this case is kind of our slot guy, our second receiver in, and we're going to put him on the deep crosser right here. And I like to put him on the deep crosser as opposed to the post route, because the deep crosser you're going to kind of see as soon as we run this, he kind of runs it at the same. He runs basically just a Metcalf's route, but just a little bit deeper. So you're going to see here, Metcalf kind of carries the guy forward first, able to still have inside position there, even against man coverage. Really nice job right there. But against zone is where this is really going to shine as well. So again, setting up Michael Pittman on that drag here. Maybe it looks like a cover 3 look. Might be able to hit that honey hole. You can see kind of, it's like double slants basically. We throw, I think whoever that is, first through DK Metcalf going first through, kind of pulling those zones basically with him, pulling those zones across the field. You can imagine that being the user kind of taking number 4, DK Metcalf, and then opening up here for Michael Pittman. Nice window. And of course, if the user does a good job playing in between those guys, not allowing you to throw either of those routes, there's good users out there, right? You still have another in route coming over from your outside guy, the most outside guy, coming across the middle of the field. So just really, really tough for a user to cover, especially if they're going to be zoning up. Man coverage still, you still have the slant. If you can get inside releases, even there, getting hit right there, Michael Pittman able to put the ball, or Aaron Rodgers able to put the ball on Michael Pittman and able to get a completion right there, even against man coverage. And of course, you want to be more unpredictable, right? You want to be mixing in some stuff. Whenever you're going against man, it's very tough. Of course, we don't just always have to put him on the deep crosser. If you are getting a lot of man and he's just shading you in, and he's killing you on that, throw him on a zig every once in a while. Here, of course, the time we do that, we do end up getting zoned out right there. But that's fine. That's fine. But you don't have to be predictable. You don't just put them on the deep cross every single time. You can kind of put them on the out route and sort of use like a switch release and whatnot. Like here, like that guy blitzes, able to kind of pass lead down. You'd love to get the completion there. But you can see what I mean. Man coverage is all about, playing against man coverage is all about keeping your opponent off balance, so they can't just shade in, shade outside in this game. If you keep killing them with the out route, or if you kill them with the out route, they're probably going to shade to the outside one time. They're not just going to let you keep killing them with it. Same thing with the inside. If you kill them with the slant, they're going to shade inside on you. They're going to put an extra zone there. They're going to kind of put a hole defender there. Whatever the case may be, they're going to try to stop you. So being unpredictable and not just running the same thing is definitely a way. And of course, using overpowered routes against man and whatnot, running routes that are good against man. But keeping your opponent off guard is probably 90% of the game. But slot, fade, shot, really solid one. Looks like we're going to get a man look here again. Great release right there by the slant right there. Of course, with users and whatnot, a little bit different, but of course, we're going to take those quick ones against man every time. And of course, it's always different online. I think we got a comment a few videos ago that head-to-head is where the real learning starts, and I absolutely agree with that. But these are more so to get you thinking about what's in your playbook. Maybe you're not in the Steelers playbook, but maybe you have a formation like this, or you have routes like this. You have a trips formation that you like to go through. Maybe you can incorporate some of these things in your playbook. It's not certainly just for the Steelers book, or just this formation, or just these 4 plays or whatnot. So lots that you can do with this. We all need to run our own schemes. It's way more fun that way. But much better when we're all not just in gun bunch or whatever the meta formation is. But last one we have here is slot out of this trips strong formation. And this is one I like to play with as well. I do like to take Michael Pittman in this case, and I like to put him either on a post route or on a corner route. And with the corner route, there's a little bit more. I do like to bump his route stem up 1, so he's kind of breaking not at the same. He is breaking at the same depth as the in route right there, but it's just going to time up a lot better than if you didn't do that. So we'll kind of run it here to the outside, see if we can't get DK. Actually, really nice coverage right there from Thieneman against the man look right there. So against the man look, maybe you wanted to break him off to the middle of the field. We'll kind of put him on the post this time. Looks like the guy is sort of playing to the outside of Pittman, so we'll see if we can't use that against him. Almost a really good job. They actually did do a good job trapping us right there, so we probably should have waited on the in route right there. It should have been a little bit more patient, see if we can't get it to go. And I mean, if the in route's just going to win like that, we'll take Michael Pittman in the slot all day with that one. So just kind of playing with them. And of course, I mean, again, shading in versus shading out, you can kind of play with that. Like here, I mean, you can see that the guy that would be over Pittman, you kind of have two guys over Metcalf to his left and his right, no one over Michael Pittman. So we're going to go ahead and take the chance that that route, someone is going to be open over there, right? Basically, just because of our leverage. They just don't have enough guys to play to the outside. This play allows us to get a guy going to the outside. So what I'm talking about is these two guys over DK Metcalf. He's going to have a very tough time if he's in man coverage or even if he's in a purple zone, which doesn't look like he is. It looks like actually the guy off the line of scrimmage ended up being in the purple zone, so it worked out even better. But even if whoever this is, Thieneman, whoever this guy is, he's going to have a really tough time getting to the outside. We have basically 3 routes all breaking to the outside. And you can still see that you can even put that ball right here on 14, right on the break. So could be also be a really nice play as well. You did have a nice throwing window on that break right there. But slot out, super solid play. You can really play with it a lot, kind of mess with your opponent. Here it looks like we're kind of going to get a man look. Maybe we got man. Maybe the guy over Pittman's going to blitz. Let's see. No, actually we do a nice job. Throw the body on the ball. Ball on the body on the break right there on the in route. Did a really good job against man coverage. We kind of had that inside spot, inside leverage with that one. So just really nice as well. So just mixing up these 4 plays. Boom. I mean, DK, if he's going to cook his guy, we'll take that against man coverage, against a safety as well. Really, really nice. And that is nice about this, too. You do have 4 receivers on the field, so you should have good route running, speed, and all that. If you're not quite one of those 2 tight ends or even 1 tight end on the field guy, kind of a way to sling the rock around the field a little bit with this trip strong formation. But I hope you guys did enjoy this one out of the Steelers book. I certainly did. This is a really good one. I was running the Steelers book, just kind of messing around with it for just to see what was in it and whatnot. And this one kind of stuck out, so I figured to make a video on it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what book you're in, what formations you're in, whatnot. What game mode you're playing, anything and everything in the comment section. I see everything down there. Appreciate all you guys liking the video, subscribing to the channel. We are on that road to 2K, hoping to hit it by the end of the year. I guess that is our goal, our stated goal that we're going with. 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Appreciate all you guys doing that, subscribing, liking, all that stuff like I said. And as per usual, that I think is all my rambling at the end of the video. Appreciate you guys as always, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later.